Regarding our size, actual size today, and the next step we want to reach to double, triple the company. What are the main points that you tell us that we should focus on it, not to lose our hand and to lose control? And what is the main points that you focus on this regarding your fast growth?
So I think that there's not one. I think the main things to sort of try to stay focused on as you go through the next, growth challenges. The first is that everybody thinks that their idea is the best idea and that will solve all the company's problems. And typically, when they don't get addressed, they get frustrated. And I want to go back to what I said earlier and first, which is there's no way in a growing company you can satisfy all of your customers, all of your carriers and drivers, and all of your employees. So that's just a fact. So be tolerant. The first thing is to be tolerant and to recognize that when you come to work every day, even though you're individuals, you all wear or care about the CargoX service and the brand, and you have to believe that everyone who is here, that doesn't mean every day, but everyone who's here has the same goal. Yes, they want to selfishly be more successful, but together they want to create a better company that can provide better solutions and better services and satisfy more customers and more employees and more carriers. And that never seems to get remembered as you go through the pain of getting from point A to B, because growth is not easy. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that it's important that people realize what their job is and that they focus on getting their job done. It is very easy to tell other people how to do their job and to recognize that others are not doing their job the way you'd like them to do their job. But I would promise you there's probably somebody that's responsible for that. And if there isn't, it's okay to make it somebody else's, to make other people aware of how you feel about it, but it's not okay to spend your time trying to worry about what everybody else is doing. That does not move this company forward, or any company forward. It holds companies back. You have to believe that everyone is doing their best, giving 100% and trying to do their job to the best of their ability. The day you forget that that's true is when companies in the service business break down. Because if you don't believe in each other, your customers and your drivers will not believe in you. And the third piece is that if you do not service the business, regardless of how much you want to grow, you will not grow. The service is critical to what you do. And you have to remember, I went through this, I think we spoke about it last time, and I've been talking about it with somebody every time, and I've had this conversation in 25 of all 25 years I've been in this business. When somebody books a truck on a load, they don't intend to have the driver screw it up. They don't actually want them to not do a good job. So what happens is people tend to think, oh, well, your customer messed up my driver, or my driver messed up your trucker, your customer. There is internally is the most important piece to this on the service and the quality of what you do, is that you have to believe in one another and you have to work towards solving problems. This is a problem industry and people have to believe in one another. That's what gets the service delivered. Because at the end of the day, every trucker you hire, they want to pick up your load and deliver it and get paid. It's very rare that a trucker wants to pick up your load, stop somewhere, get into trouble, not deliver the load, not get paid, and have the police come after him. That just doesn't sound like what they probably wouldn't have done it in the first place. Now, certainly there are thieves and crooks and people that don't have good intentions, but you got to remember that the majority of the time they do. And as I always like to say, I probably said this last time and I'll end with this, you're in the service business. Nobody calls to thank you for doing a good job in the service business. It's like calling your cell phone company to thank them for your 4 bars. Nobody calls the cell phone company to tell them how much they like their phone, or how well they did, how good it is that they have so many apps, or that the service was so good today and all of my calls sounded so clear. They call to complain about the fact that the one time a day that they dropped a call somewhere, it was a very important call, and that they hate them. Right? That's what they do. They call the power company when the lights don't go on, but they forget that the lights go on 99.99% of the time when you turn your light bulb on. So the people who work in customer service at the power company or at your cell phone company, the only people that call are people calling to complain. Most of what you do is deal with complaints. You're in the service business. Everything is supposed to go right. It's supposed to pick up on time and deliver on time. That's what they expect. That's what they hope. If you want a job that doesn't basically have as many people complaining about the things that go wrong, you become a doctor. And then people thank you for curing them and never call back. Your customers call back every day or often, and that's what the service business is about. It's about dealing with the problems and the complaints. And if there were no problems and there were no complaints, then you'd be worried, because then you'd have nothing to talk about. Everything would be going so smooth, be easy as pie. So just keep all those things in mind.